We're going to have to seal up those borders.
The immigration policies proposed by Donald Trump have become a cornerstone of his campaign, with pledges to intensify border control and reduce the number of undocumented immigrants in the United States.
We're here to send a message loud and clear after the election that even though this administration is going to target immigrant communities, it's going to target people of color, low-income people of color, that we're here to stay, right? We're not retreating into the shadows. We're actually going to be more visible and powerful than ever.
Trump's approach to immigration, which he has described as necessary to preserve the rule of law, includes plans for mass deportations and the mobilization of military and local police to assist federal authorities in enforcing immigration laws. He's vowed to implement the largest deportation program in American history on his first day back in office, asserting that these measures will help address what he terms chaos at the U.S.-Mexico border. Such an ambitious program, however, would require substantial resources and infrastructure. Experts estimate that the financial burden could reach $88 billion annually, covering the costs of additional immigration and customs enforcement, ICE agents, building new detention centers, and legal proceedings for each individual detained. This figure underscores the logistical challenges of enacting a mass deportation initiative, from identifying and detaining undocumented residents to facilitating their removal from the country. Ron Vitiello, who served as the acting director of ICE under Trump, has defended the approach, acknowledging the high costs, while emphasizing what he sees as its necessity for the stability and integrity of the U.S. immigration system. Vitiello argues that clear, enforced rules are essential to maintain law and order and to prevent further strain on the system. Supporters like Vitiello believe that immigration enforcement is vital to national security and that failing to address the situation adequately could have long-term consequences. On the other hand, many legal scholars and immigration experts are skeptical about the legality and effectiveness of Trump's approach. Trump's campaign cites a law dating back over 2 centuries, which he interprets as providing legal grounds for deporting millions of immigrants. However, critics argue that this law was initially meant to address situations of foreign invasion and may not apply to contemporary immigration issues. Some have called his reading of the statute misguided, suggesting that it is intended for a specific historical context that doesn't align with today's immigration dynamics. Legal experts warn that implementing mass deportations based on this interpretation could lead to significant legal battles, challenging both the feasibility and legitimacy of Trump's plans. The repercussions of a mass deportation program extend beyond the immediate logistics and legal debates. The policy would have a direct impact on millions of families, particularly those with mixed immigration status, in which some members are U.S. citizens, while others are undocumented. These families, often living in communities with long-standing roots in the U.S., face a pervasive fear of separation. In states like North Carolina, individuals like Jenny's husband, a father and husband who has built a life in the United States, live with the constant threat of deportation. The family has chosen to keep his identity hidden out of concern for their safety and stability, fearful of what might happen if immigration enforcement were ramped up. For families like theirs, the fear is ever present. One day, a loved one might not come home. These families often live in what they describe as the shadows, maintaining a low profile to avoid detection and protect their loved ones from the risk of deportation. For them, any increase in immigration enforcement would bring not just legal consequences, but a profound emotional toll, particularly for children who risk losing a parent to deportation. The broader national conversation about immigration continues to polarize communities and spark intense debate. Trump's proposals have rekindled discussions on how to balance border security with humanitarian considerations, as well as how the U.S. immigration system should operate in the 21st century. As Trump campaigns on a platform that includes an aggressive stance on immigration, millions of immigrant families brace themselves for what could be sweeping changes to their way of life if these proposals are enacted. Trump's vision of a stringent immigration policy has garnered both passionate support and intense opposition. While some see his hardline approach as necessary for maintaining national security, others view it as overly aggressive and damaging to communities and families who have become integral parts of American society. The future of U.S. immigration policy remains uncertain, with families across the nation left anxiously awaiting the outcome.